I think that like the first round of utility items against Meepo is massive.
Yes.
Right? You just whether it's a Force Staff, Glimmer Cape, whatever.
I feel like people always forget about that. You know, one of the best counters to Meepo has been Force Staff over all the patches. It debilitates a lot of the hero in the fight. He has to re-chase you. It's not a super mobile hero.
The Ogre! It's gonna slam him! It's gonna stop the TP and save! Will gladly collect the first blood.
I don't know if this lane just didn't pan out as well as it has for some of his other melee heroes. He's not too far behind, but he's not shutting GPK down. And I think power runes are the big question here. Can G2IG make the support rotations with power runes? Of course they have. They're going to rotate very
level
early.
2 silencer isn't going to add that much damage, but he does have the blood grenade to be able to slow down GPK, but now he's going to get pulled back into not only tower, but the Bramble as well. He will die. The continued rotations of BoBoKa do manage to land the kill on the Storm Spirit, but the damage is done. Nothing to say. Was hoping to turn this laning phase around by getting the kill first.
I guess I'm only really worried about NTS. You want to get involved in these skirmishes as BTBOOM just bring the numbers bottom.
Long jump over, going for JT. JT cannot get his Meepo out in time.
And this is the downside. If these little moves aren't working for you, if NTS isn't involved in the skirmishes, so he's just gearing up to get that like 4 or 5 slot timing with a second Aegis and just be a monster. And I don't blame him. He's been pretty uncontested, right? 2-0. There's not a lot of pressure in his lane. Why not?
Immediate crush timing. Well played there, but is it enough for NothingToSay to get out entirely? They're going to keep diving. GPK has a little bit more mana to work with, and it's just enough to get the kill. Now, he has no resources running away from this tower, but there's no punish from G2IG. A little slow on the rotation.
Yeah, JT coming in wants to find something, but if you're going to end up with backline support damage dealers, one a mid-initiator. It feels like Storm is just one of the best right now. Teams are figuring out. Florida certainly not matching this kind of firepower to get caught again.
Missed the crush this time around. GPK able to dive out of it, but either way, feels like he was doomed from the get-go. Spotted. Then lost sight of him again.
Surely.
Okay, Pure spots him now. And they should be able to get him eventually here. They'll take the Bedlam to do it, but then they'll get another chop. Yeah, Pure just making sure he doesn't get outplayed once the stack.
Oh, NTS finds a little pick off here.
Hey, there's something for G2IG to work with and another bit of intelligence for xNova.
That's the loudest the crowd's been in the entire game.
Yeah.
The random pick off for NTS. They will finally force the Roche before it goes to the Radiant side. They will collect on that. Big win here, and they'll give it to Meepo. That is one of the best Aegis carriers in Dota.
Could be very good for G2IG.
That should be a 3 pick off.
Catches only the Dark Willow there. Certainly would have been nice to be able to get the axe as well, but save will be the victim of another intelligence steal for the Silencer and another kill for G2IG. Well, a little bit more intelligence steal.
Oh, if you start getting the in-steals, it does feel nice.
Uh-oh, BTBOOM, have they misread it again? The self-fuels? Oh God, he's gonna
egg for it. Why not? Better than dying.
You know what? BTBOOM didn't die this time doing a Tormentor. I'm gonna say that's a win. They're getting better at it. That is a win, yeah. They're getting better at it.
Gradual improvement. Downside is you're getting smoke ganked right now.
Yeah, they don't know it, but they're going into a BTBOOM team that does not have Supernova. Not a great way to respond to this gank.
And that is Pure going down before he gets to that BKB, delaying the timing here. I guess like a Hex comes out way later, or you get your double Scotty going, which it will be double Scotty between Monet and JT here.
They're going to be able to chain this. Oh, it's going to be hard. Monet, he's going to be able to get the call. Then the follow-up terrorized, intercepted by the global silence, and a beautiful initiation from G2IG. Monet's going to be okay, and JT, he's going to find several heroes off of this one. They're still going to fight it out, though. Nightfall, he's beating down one of those meeples, almost dying. Does manage to cycle it out decently. He still has a little bit more time left on the Aegis. That's why BTBOOM backed away from that fight. They wanted to see if they could get the Meepo as the Aegis was expiring.
Competitive Dota. See if we can continue to find usage here. You know, one use in 25 minutes is not the best I've seen. NTS finishes it as well, and we'll get haunted here.
Can't get off his BKB, gets slammed down by the axe. No longer have to worry about that Aegis anymore, so.
Actually got out of there.
Yeah.
Not a bad item if you're going to get one in this game.
Damn.
Like every aura for Meepo is an even bigger deal, right? That's why I pointed out. Just Getting anything for this hero that goes on all the different meepos feels so good. Be another attempt at a pickoff by who on who. Actually, JT in trouble here.
Yeah, Meepo, they're all gonna show up, but the stuns.
That was very close.
Yeah, that was a very close call to being.
And they're just gonna force Roshan. No Meepo for this fight. He does have buyback if he wants to commit it, but he can't really get here this easily.
No, there's no tier 1 tower to get to, so G2IG, they're gonna be playing this.
They do it
4 versus 5 for the most part.
They have an amp damage rune on Monet, so if you're missing a core, this is one way to make up for it.
Oh, he's gonna buy back now. They already got the initiation onto the silencer. No global silence in this fight.
No buyback for xNova. That is a costly misstep here, and it's JT trying to go through the gate. That's how he's gonna get to this fight. But they're gonna see it coming.
Yeah, he's gonna be going straight into an axe. That
it's gonna have to be the jump from NTS. As Butterfly Rise for Nightfall, Monet is gonna have to make use of this amp damage.
and they're gonna take it. Manage to get the immediate
Not time.
First, they're gonna
that burn.
Hey, they do manage to get the storms here right away, but can they get away from the supernova? They're jumping into the stun, and it's looking nasty. Monet is already low. Pure goes to the top and does manage to get him. JT, now he's gonna have to clean up this fight by himself. There's just no chance this people can stand toe-to-toe against Nightfall, who'll collect 1 or 2 kills, maybe. Digs himself into the ground. Thunder goes out immediately. The call follow-up from Pure is there.
Disastrous buyback here from G2IG as they commit a little too late on that pit. The crush was not in time.
TORONTOTOKYO still holding on to the banner. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, I noticed that. And he's going to use it for the push. This is, I think, one of the better cases for it. Just bought your creeps that you want to push in with, and they caught the
pulling back the Meepo. Oh, he managed to dig underground. He's still going to back to Mega Meepo. He's going to be in trouble, and he chops that one down.
Way too much single target burst.
G2IG, they were trying to get some sort of, like, set up there on the high ground.
And it'll signal an easy high ground for Nightfall here is he'll get the glyph, and I don't think G2IG want to fight into this without the Meepo. Poke, but cannot stop the Terrorblade here as Pure will force the jump.
Yeah, they recognize this Enchantress is the biggest problem for Nightfall, and Pure cuts him down with no buyback there. Slaughter's going to be up next. No buyback there either. BTBOOM. They might just be ending the game right here, right now.
What could have been just 1, maybe 2 lanes turning into perhaps the game here as they catch
Monet next with the Thunder. There's the call.
Oh, these combinations working beautifully for BTBOOM here. Monet, he went from 0-0-0 to 1-2-0, and this game's just over. This game, it was very slow, very disciplined from G2IG, but you got to pull something together at some point. It just never got there. And for BTBOOM, they just ride this Terrorblade's net worth all the way to the finish line. Couple brief periods there where it felt like they were losing some momentum, but the second that Roshan falls and Nightfall says, all right, guys, I'm done farming. I have Butterfly. I want to end this game. I'll be interested to see if there's a game where Nightfall goes for the BKB on the Life Stealer. We've seen it a couple times. It's not unheard of, right? If you feel like you're strong enough to just fight based off the passives and maybe like 1 or 2 damage items, there's a lot of lockdown and a Terrorblade with a Thunder to deal with. But this Life Stealer matchup is not as bad as it used to be. Changes to all this and how much you can get in there with the extra BKB duration. And once more, xNova just feeling the pain in this match. Desynced. No other way to put it. It's just a little awkward. BoBoKa isn't finding the right angle. He's not getting the D-ward on the obs, so GBK sees him the whole time as well. Just essentially boots will come in though. Maybe he did not see it or did not expect it.
Managed to get the silence on him. Nothing to say. He tries to get off the enchant totem, and he does, but it's not enough damage.
What you wouldn't do for an Echo Slam right there. But
yeah, seriously.
Pretty heavily, as you don't want to be losing these fights with the Shaker. This is when he can shine versus the Storm. Just be tanky, get the extra totem hits in. We're gonna gank him again.
Shot pushing him into the Storm Spirit, fresh from the fountain. A second kill on Nothing to Say. They are getting way too much out of these lanes now, just like game 1.
That was way too casual.
And against this many melee heroes too, Dawnbreaker, Lifestealers, counter initiations. They will be in a prime spot to punish.
IG looking for these kills so they can get the levels for this support.
BoBoKa from behind is going to hit the disables. So Pure slowed down, very tanky, but should eventually die with no TP rotations coming in.
Big pickup. And
meanwhile, in the mid lane,
looks for the punish.
Primal Beast is going to be able to jump onto TORONTOTOKYO, but again, so tanky here, and they actually ignore him. Go for the Earthshaker into the back line. Again, this Earthshaker punished time and time again by GPK plus 2 supports.
It's got to be like a defensive-oriented fight. Bait the Storm jump, get a Hex, turn around with everybody there, and force BTBOOM in a position where you have to engage into the egg, into the Primal. that could be very successful. At the same time, like we saw last game, I feel like BTBOOM are kind of happy farming unless you find
they have enough
kickoff.
stuns with JT joining in, and they actually had the finger of death as well. So G2IG finally managed to make a successful move here. It'll get them a tower as well.
This Lifestealer was starting to feel untouchable, right?
Yeah.
And that's also the first death for Nightfall in this series, so a little morale boost.
It's true. Monet's also getting more active, no longer 0-0-0.
That is also true.
Now 0-0-2.
Right.
Nothing to say, though. His game is not getting any easier.
It is rough out here, man. I think they could get aggressive with some infest in the Storm Spirit. I think they can up the map pressure. They're just kind of choosing to play it more conservatively. Maybe it's a factor of like they just don't think G2IG is going to beat him in the later fights. Even if it's a less ideal way to do it, they're going to get jumped.
Oh, is it going to be enough? The infest is coming in time. JT goes flying through it. Is the damage enough? It is. They finally managed to finish it up, but the Earthshaker died for that, and JT can't get anybody else off of this. In fact, he's going to be in a little bit of danger here. Have to slow down the damage of save. BoBoKa's there to help.
Maybe BTBOOM fortunate they were grouping up there as well, right? And the fact the Lifestealer was close enough to just get that infest off. They'll find a little bit of an opening, and JT caught out mid. Is very casual, but I think he's dead.
Sitting on the low ground, he got greedy to finish up his BKB. He did buy it out before he dies. Bottom lane, though, top rather, they have the infest gank. They do have an impale, but the Lifestealer already raged up. He's able to finish the kill. Now they're going to look for xNova, who is already making a run for it. Dive it away deeper and deeper onto BTBOOM's side of the map. He'll be found eventually, though.
Now the aggression's starting to pick up. Even after you get one of those big team fights, BTBOOM's lineup's just going to play on the map a lot faster. It can be instantly in the pit if they get there in time.
They're wrapping all the way around here. BTBOOM in their caution.
He has to jump.
They missed this opportunity. They're getting a little information. Roshan's just about to die, and the Sip is just not going to come in fast enough. He jumps in after the Echo. Now immediately gets slammed up by the Echo Slam. The Thunder goes out as well, but the damage isn't coming fast enough. They're struggling to be able to bring down these heroes as the two cores, IG, they're having a little bit of damage problems here. They can't fight through all of this one.
It's all getting split. I mean, who are you focusing here? JT's just out. He says
somehow everybody's going to be able to get out on the side of BTBOOM despite all of those spells being thrown around. G2IG, BoBoKa got out. Somehow only the Earthshaker dies on G2IG.
NTS, you are a cursed man, apparently, as that's where he has to have a way larger damage impact in these fights than he did last game. It's got to be aggressive items from him. BKB into Butterfly here, pump out the deeps, because when all 6 of these debuff immunity BKBs or rages go off, you have to win that fight.
Coming out of JT, just picked up the shard from the Tormentor. That kill was worth a healthy amount, too. Okay. G2IG just back out. Still want to be playing underneath their ward. They go back out now, and they get it. BKB activated though by Nothing to Say.
Stuck in a corner.
He puts himself in the corner and TP's out. Monet with his Scotty. Oh, nice dead shot though. He was slowing down some of these heroes. Maybe he could have killed Pure if they...
Daedal is completed for Monet. This is the damage you need to win a team fight. You have to make it work. You have to combine it with the lockdown between the Shaker and the Lion right now. Find some big targets.
They got to get a monster initiation from Nothing to Say, and he is close to getting it.
GBK, they get the Hex.
They spot the Storm Spirit. Can they finish this up? GT's going to push them more together. Nothing to Say gets that initiation for the BKB. He was already up from Pure. Nothing to Say doesn't do enough. Monet comes in. Yeah, he kills Save, but the cores are still up on the side of BTBOOM, and they're chasing down heroes now. JT, he can't really go far. Monet is being kited around during his meta. It's not looking good for G2IG right now with Save coming the buyback, and Monet's gonna call it quits. Immediately BKB, TP's down, JT can't find a corner to hide in, BTBOOM will hunt him down.
What an awkward initiation. I feel like when you find the Hex on the Storm, you have to just commit there, but BKB does not protect NTS in that type of situation. That is a very dominant team fight for BTBOOM that'll lead into Roshan and lead into a pause, and see if it's enough for this next fight. Down 20k, no easy targets here, and a Hex done for GBK. Makes their initiations that much easier as he's infested and he's looking to go. Ward is in favor of
there's that Hex. There's an Echo Slam slowing all their damage, but the Force Staff got him away far enough. They could not finish him off. Once again, BTBOOM doing everything they can to secure GPK's life, and once they've done that, the fight is easy. They're going to run down JT, no problem. Two cores dead on the side of G2IG will be a green light for BTBOOM to head straight down the mid lane. G2IG, are they going to stumble into this one? Smokes only are going to last so much longer. They're going to try and pick somebody off defending this creep wave that is pushing into tier 3.
They know Pure has been playing on his own the whole time. That is a great option.
They got vision of him too. Perfect opportunity. Laying it up. BoBoKa. He makes that initiation. The follow-up is there from JT. They have the chain stuns and they get the kill. G2IG finally put together a game plan that...
Yeah, do you TP back and take the fight? You give up Roshan control. Roshan just spawned, by the way.
Deadshot, push him in. Save, starts putting out some damage onto Monet. He's forced to use his BKB defensively here.
You gotta get the hell out.
GPK TP's back and will not jump after.
Or not. They're gonna try to retake the fight here. Baited back out.
This is the play to win play, but they can't quite finish up Nightfall. The damage isn't quite there in time. No chain stun, and now Monet's in trouble. Can he get off the Thunder? Pops the Manta. Hit by the Abyss of Blade. He can't get it off. The Supernova explosion comes half a second too late. And BTBOOM, by killing the carry, have won the fight. And now they can go for that Roshan that they wanted. Looks like xNova will be an additional kill on their way out.
That extra status was just for Nightfall. Great move to find Pure in their base. They get the buyback out of the Dawnbreaker, but ultimately that fight is a disaster. And it's just BTBOOM running down the lanes. They do not want Roshan here. They want more.
Nothing to say, does have an invis room, but GPK has a gem. So nothing to say, it's just going to be chain stun before he even get an enchant totem to run himself away. Finally a stun, a little bit of bottle. GPK runs out of mana and nothing to say will survive for now. But the problem is survival is not winning. They're losing buildings right now. Okay, there's that Roshan call. So G2IG know that they're inside of the pit right now, and there is a debuff on BTBOOM.
Nightfall used his Abyssal here. It's on cooldown.
And it's kind of interesting. TORONTOTOKYO trying to stop the initiation. Roshan, half health. BTBOOM.
Gonna come down to NTS and BoBoKa. When you jump, who you catch.
Makes that initiation onto the life field. Immediate the rebuttal, but good echo slam again, lacking the chain stuns. But the Supernova is going to go off
they can't hit
on the side. Monet is struggling to be able to hit even if these heroes. So, and inside of the pit, they can still finish up this Roshan.
Doesn't know what to do.
Able to jump back after the ogre. They try and chase after him, but it's inside of the pit. They actually hit the Aegis because they jumped out of it with the life stealer. He went for kills instead. He went for the NothingToSay, and he does manage to get it. It looks like it doesn't matter if they had the extra life because Monet gets cut down by just Pure.
Buybacks from G2IG. They're keeping outposts. They need to find something here.
The Bashers hits the site, everything. They don't care if you have a second life. You can take the Aegis cheese, everything you want. All of those things because BTBOOM have the power of just sheer money. 37K up with all of their heroes scaling well past your power.
20K net worth, says TORONTOTOKYO. What is yours? Indeed, it's a good question. I'll tell you, it's less, my friend. It is less, whatever the number is right now. He knows that their greed has paid off in this game. G2IG were not able to punish it or find any openings. And damn, BTBOOM just economic their way to a swift 2-0 here as G2IG are eliminated from the tournament in quiet fashion, right? 7 kills in a 50-minute game. That tells you everything you need to know about the dynamic of this series. Just stifled.
Yeah, BTBOOM is showing big time very comfortably here on the stage. And that comfort is going to help because they still have another match to go.